Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we're checking out Test Your Knowledge of British History. Taking a quiz. The last quiz I took, I got a 28%. So I'm just trying to beat that today. Just trying to beat 28%.
Welcome back to Mega Quiz Channel.
Thank you.
In this quiz, there are 30 questions and answers about British history.
Okay.
Let's get straight into question 1. In which year did the Battle of Hastings take place?
1066. I know this.
(1066).
All right.
Question 2. Which English author wrote Oliver Twist and A Christmas Carol?
Old Chuck Dickens. Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens.
That's
Question
2 right,
3.
y'all.
In which year did the Great Fire of London take place?
1866. I don't know, I'm guessing.
(1666).
Okay. I got it wrong, but you gotta admit I was 1 digit off. Okay. I'm fine with that. Y'all, sometimes guessing, you just I feel like somebody's talking to me, and they tell me the answers.
Question 4. Who was the first British Prime Minister?
The very first one? I know this is wrong, but I'm gonna say Winston Churchill. I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong.
The Robert Walpole. Question 5.
Okay. All right.
Who was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II?
Damn. When I saw the first line, I thought, and I saw her first, I was like, oh, it's Elizabeth II. But they're saying before her. The longest reigning monarch. Let me think of the ones I've heard of. I can't think of it. Henry VIII. I don't think it was him. Catherine. Victoria. Who was the Virgin Queen? The one with the white face. What was that Elizabeth I? Margot Robbie. I think it's Elizabeth I. Wasn't she the longest? I'm gonna say Elizabeth I.
Queen Victoria, who reigned for 63 years, 7 months and 2 days.
Okay.
Question 6. Who led the Norman conquest of England?
William the Conqueror. It's William the Conqueror, right? Pretty sure.
William the Conqueror.
All right. Okay. So, 3 out of 6 so far, y'all. 50%. We're beating that 28. We're doing all right.
Question 7.
Okay.
In which year did the Titanic sink?
Oh, 1912. 1912.
1912.
Y'all, I know my Titanic. I love that movie.
Question 8.
It.
Who was the first female Prime Minister of the UK?
Margaret Thatcher, right? Margaret Thatcher. Pretty sure.
Margaret Thatcher.
Okay.
Question 9. What is the name of the famous prehistoric monument located in Wiltshire, England?
Stonehenge. I think it's in Wiltshire. I don't know.
Stonehenge.
All right.
Question 10. Which British scientist discovered penicillin?
I'm trying to think of a British scientist. I don't even know. His name was probably William Wagpole.
Alexander Fleming.
Okay.
Question 11. In which year did women first get the right to vote?
Oh, crap. 19... Hang on. Let me look at these ladies' clothes. 1918? It's coming to mind? That's what I'm getting? 1918? No way.
1980.
Yo, am I a psychic? Oh my god. Oh crap. Now y'all are gonna think I'm cheating. It's wild. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay.
Question 12. Who led the British Reformation and established the Church of England?
Henry VIII, because all those, like he wanted to get divorced, right? Henry VIII.
King Henry VIII.
There's a guy.
Question 13.
Okay.
Who is the only British Prime Minister to have won the Nobel Prize for Literature?
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, probably Winston Churchill. He was a man of many wonderful words. Who else could it be? Not Margaret Thatcher. Not David Cameron. Oh, maybe it's a modern one. Keir Starmer. Rishi Sunak. I'm gonna say Winston Churchill. It's gotta be.
Winston Churchill.
All right.
Question 14.
Great.
Which iconic British ship was commanded by Admiral Lord Nelson during the Battle of Trafalgar?
Crap. British Admiral. Ington. I bet it's a name. Something Ington. 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 Paddington. Warrington. Williamington. Goldington. Wilshirington. Paddington? Paddington's coming to mind. Paddington Bear is my answer.
HMS Victory.
Wait, I thought it was... Wait, what was the question? Which iconic British... Oh, I was asking for the ship. I was... Admiral Lord Nelson. Y'all, okay, I totally misunderstood. I didn't know this ship anyway, so I... Yeah, no. And it was Lord Nelson, not Paddington anyway. I gotta read these questions more carefully. Okay. 15.
HMS Victory. Question 15. Who was the first English monarch from the House of Stuart?
Stuart? Who's this guy? He looks like Guy Fawkes to me, but I know it's not him. His mustache is a little too small and his beard's a little too big. The first English monarch from the House of Stuart. That mouse? The mouse named Stuart? Stuart the mouse is my answer? Stuart the mouse.
King James I.
Okay. Okay, y'all, that's the halfway mark. Let's tally up our correct answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 9 out of 15. That's over 50%, y'all. I think we're beating our 28% goal. So we're doing well. Hit me with 16.
Question 16. Which document, signed in 1215, limited the power of the English monarch?
The Magna Carta? I think it... I think it's the Magna Carta. God, if it's not.
The Magna
Okay,
Carta.
Okay. All right.
Question 16. Who was the British monarch?
Wait, that was 15? Hang on. No. 15 was... This quiz has the numbers wrong. 15 was who was the first English monarch from the House of Stuart. Stuart the Mouse. James first. There's two 15s, y'all. Okay. Maybe that... I'll count one of those as a bonus, right? Okay. The actual 16.
Question 16. Who was the British monarch during the American Revolution?
George? Which George? There have been so many Georges. The third. King George the Third.
George the Third.
Yes!
Question 17.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Which British author created the fictional detective Sherlock Holmes?
21 Baker Street. What was his name? I know this isn't correct, but the name Aleister Crowley came up. I know that's not him, but that's what came to my mind. Cromley. Cromley? I don't think it's right, but I'm saying Cromley. Who's Cromley? It's not Cromley.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Of course. There's a C in there. That's why I got Cromley.
Question 18. Which year did the Act of Union unite England and Scotland?
Ooh. Damn, I don't know this. Let me just listen. 1763. I don't think that's right, but that's what came to mind.
1707.
Okay. Not that
Question
far off.
19. Who is the longest reigning male monarch in British history?
Crap. Who's this guy? He looks like a George. I'm going to say King George the First. I don't know. He's got the bulgy eyes like a George.
King George the Third.
Oh. Damn. Damn, so close. Damn. Okay.
Question 20. Who was the British Prime Minister during World War One?
Didn't Winston Churchill fight in World War One? He got captured in Africa or something like that. Tunisia or something. It's probably a name I've heard. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is my answer.
David Lloyd George.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know that. I don't
Question
know that.
21.
Okay.
Who wrote the novel Pride and Prejudice?
Jane Austen?
Jane Austen.
Okay.
Question 22. Which British king abdicated the throne in 1936?
It was Elizabeth II's uncle. What was his name? George II? No. Was it? Wait. Damn, y'all, I know this. Oh, no, wait. Edward? Was it Edward? King Edward. I don't know the number. I'm going to give myself I'm just going to say King Edward. I don't know the number. I'm going to let myself have a mulligan if I don't know the number.
King Edward VIII.
Okay, y'all. I'm giving it to myself. I'm giving it to myself. I'm being kind to myself. Being kind to my self-esteem, my ego. Right, King Edward. Okay.
Question 23. Which UK Prime Minister declared peace for our time in 1938?
The same guy 2 questions ago, whose name I don't remember. I'm going to go back and look. What was this guy's name? No. David Lloyd George is my answer. Okay. David Lloyd George.
That declared peace
Wait.
for our...
Wait. This is 1938. I'm changing my answer to Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill.
time in 1938. Neville Chamberlain.
Okay. Never heard of him. I'm sure he's a wonderful person. Okay.
Question 24. What year did the UK formally leave the European Union?
2017? Pretty sure, right? 2017?
2020.
Damn. Okay.
Question 25. Which British monarch was known as the Virgin Queen?
Elizabeth I? Margot Robbie? Elizabeth I?
Queen Elizabeth I.
Alright!
Question 26.
Great.
Who was the architect responsible for rebuilding much of London after the Great Fire of 1666?
I don't know. Frank Lloyd Wright?
Sir Christopher Wren.
Oh, I've heard of him. Okay.
Question 27. Which king was the first to rule over both England and Scotland?
Okay, that happened, did she say 1707, right? Who was the king in 1707? It would have been before George the Third. George the First. King George the First is my guess.
King James I.
Okay.
Question 28. Which English queen reigned for only 9 days in 1553?
Oh, man. Catherine. Catherine? I think she was after that, right? Wasn't she Henry VIII's daughter? I'm going to say Catherine. I don't know. Catherine.
Lady Jane Grey.
Okay. That
Question
does sound
29.
kind of familiar. Okay.
Which British scientist developed the theory of evolution by natural selection?
Darwin. Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin.
Charles Darwin.
What a smarty.
Question 30.
Really?
How many of his wives did King Henry VIII divorce?
Oh. Did he have 4 wives? This is a tricky question because I think he divorced at least one, but the others he may have had their heads cut off. Didn't need to divorce them because they were dead. At least one. Oh, damn it. I'm gonna say 3.
2. Catherine
Damn
of Aragon and Anne of Cleves. Thank you for watching.
Okay, y'all. Okay, let's calculate this. How many I get right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15! Out of 30, but really 15 out of 31. We got a 50%. I'm just gonna say 50%. How'd y'all do? I bet British people did a lot better. I hope you did better than me. Still got a lot to learn. Well, y'all, thanks for watching this with me. I'd like to thank my patrons over on Patreon. If you'd like to become a patron, check out patreon.com/JJLA Reacts. I'd like to thank my Buy Me a Coffee folks. If you would like to buy me a coffee, check out buymeacoffee.com. I don't know what it's under, but there's a link in the description. Well, y'all, thanks for watching this with me, and I'll see you next time. Later.